Welcome to my little corner of the internet, where we celebrate creativity and growth. Welcome to another exciting video, where we'll be shedding light on 66th Armor Regiment. The 66th Armor Regiment is the oldest armored unit in the United States Army, tracing its lineage to the 301st Tank Battalion, which served with distinction soon after it was formed in the First World War. The 301st trained at Camp Meade, Maryland, where then-Cpt. Dwight D. Eisenhower was an instructor. It has often been rumored that the 301st, the parent unit of the 66th, was first commanded by Colonel George South Patton, but this appears not to have been the case. While Patton was the first officer assigned to the Tank Corps, and while the 301st Tank Battalion was the first unit formed, Patton went nearly immediately to France to train Americans attached to Allied commands. The 301st was the only American heavy tank battalion to have seen action in the war. After the war, the 301st transitioned in the regular army to become the 66th Infantry Regiment light tanks by way of the 16th Tank Battalion. In the next phase, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of current disposition and exploring its real-world applications. 2 battalions of the regiment are still in service in the regular army. AR is assigned to the 3rd Brigade Combat Team of the 4th Infantry Division at Fort Carson. The 1st Battalion has participated in combat operations in Operation Iraqi Freedom and in Operation Enduring Freedom. AR is assigned to the 1st Brigade Combat Team, 1st Infantry Division, United States, garrisoned at Riley, Kansas. The 3rd Battalion has participated in combat operations in Operation Iraqi Freedom and in Operation Enduring Freedom. Bert Knight's most recently deployed to Europe in support of Operation Atlantic Resolve and following the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Operation European Assure, Deter, and Reinforce. In this part of the video, we'll be delving deeper into World War I and analyzing its key components. The 1st and 2nd Provisional Brigades of the United States Tank Corps would eventually go on to provide the original cadre for what would become the 66th Armored Regiment in World War II. In September 1918, both brigades, which were attached to the 1st Infantry Division in France, participated in the Battle of Street-Mihiel and the Meuse-Argonne Offensive, operating French-built Renault FT tanks. 5 days before their armistice with Germany, the brigades were renamed respectively the 304th and 305th Brigades, Tank Corps, on 6 November 1918. The casualties in the unit led General John J. Pershing to say, "The percentage of casualties among the officers and men tells the tale of splendid morale and gallantry in action and their unselfish devotion to duty." The regiment's organization day. This date did not necessarily correlate with the actual organization of the unit, was chosen as 12 September to commemorate its baptism of fire at Street-Mihiel. As we transition, let's shed light on into a period and its relevance to our ongoing exploration. The Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 304th Brigade, Tank Corps, arrived at the port of New York on 17 March 1919 on the USS Patricia and was transferred to Camp George G. Meade, Maryland. It was consolidated with the Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 305th Brigade, Tank Corps, on 22 June 1921, and reorganized and redesignated Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 1st Tank Group. It was reorganized and redesignated Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 1st Tank Regiment, on 1 September 1929. The remainder of the regiment was organized as follows: 16th Tank Battalion Light redesignated 1st Battalion at Camp George G. Meade, 15th Tank Battalion Special redesignated 2nd Battalion at Camp Benning, Georgia, 18th Tank Battalion Light, inactive, redesignated 3rd Battalion, 21st Tank Maintenance Company redesignated Service Company. The 3rd Battalion was activated on 16 September 1931 at Camp Devens, Massachusetts. The regiment was reorganized and redesignated the 66th Infantry Regiment Light Tanks on 25 October 1932. The headquarters and headquarters company was inactivated on 1 September 1938 at Fort George G. Meade, and reactivated 10 January 1940 at Fort Benning. Assigned reserve officers, less those with the 2nd Battalion, conducted summer training with active elements of the regiment at Fort George G. Meade. Those assigned to the 2nd Battalion trained at Fort Benning. The primary ROTC feeder school for new reserve lieutenants was Western Maryland College. In 1936 and 1937, Bruce Magruder commanded the 66th Infantry Regiment at Camp Meade, Maryland. When the regiment received its first 2 light tanks, unit members decided to name one for Magruder, and his wife took part in the christening ceremony. The regiment was redesignated the 66th Armored Regiment on 15 July 1940, and assigned to the newly formed 2nd Armored Division, stationed at Fort Benning. Let's now venture into the realm of World War II and explore the fascinating intricacies it holds. In December 1942, the regiment was part of the amphibious invasion of Morocco in North Africa and led the division's entry into Casablanca. The regiment next participated in the invasion of Sicily. On 10 June 1944, the 3 battalions of the regiment landed on Gold Beach in Normandy. 4 days later, the regiment, as part of combat command of the 2nd Armored Division, fought through elements of the German 6th Fallschirmjäger Regiment of the 2nd Fallschirmjäger Division and elements of the 17th SS Panzergrenadier Division southwest of Carentan, France, at the Battle of Bloody Gulch. Later progress was also initially difficult in combat against elements of the newly arrived 116th Panzer Division and surviving elements of the Panzer Air Division. In a difficult battle in the streets of the village of Percy and on surrounding high ground on 30 July, against some of the 8th Panthers, General Lieutenant Fritz Bailyn had found and rallied from workshops at neighboring Villebardin on 28 July. The Earth was to lose 13 tanks and was forced to pull out of the city, losing another 5 tanks at side sentry to heavy Nebelwerfer and other mortar fire. On 31 July, Earth was down to only 24 operational tanks. The regiment fought across France to the German border with the rest of the division and the U.S. First Army. After the conquest of Aachen, the U.S. 9th Army was inserted into the Allied lines. 2nd Armored Division, along with XIX Corps, were reassigned and became the veteran formation of 9th Army. During the Battle of the Bulge, the 66th Regiment, along with the 2nd Armored Division, moved 100 miles to the west to meet the spearhead of the German attack, the 2nd Panzer Division, just 4 miles from the Meuse River. At dawn on Christmas Day, the 66th Regiment began the attack that would halt the German advance. Over the next few days, the regiment assisted in the destruction of the 2nd Panzer Division and the capture of Houffalize, Belgium. On 14 June 1944, just after arriving in France, the regiment was reorganized to align with newer armored division structure. While the regimental designation was retained, companies were formally aligned with battalions. For example, the 1st Battalion no longer had companies A, B, and C. Instead, now it had companies Celsius and Stuart and companies Fahrenheit and Ein Sherman. 2nd Battalion received Company M and kept companies D and East. 3rd Battalion gained Company B and maintained companies G and H. The regiment would fight with this organization for the remainder of the war. The regiment was twice cited in the Order of the Day of the Belgian Army. Captain James M. Burt, the commander of B Company, 66th Armored Regiment, was awarded the Medal of Honor for his heroism during the Battle of Aachen in October 1944. Captain Burt later served as honorary colonel of the regiment. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on unrelated unit designated 66th Infantry Regiment and its role in shaping our understanding. The 66th Infantry Regiment, a regular Army infantry regiment constituted on 10 July 1943 and activated on 15 July 1943 with the 71st Infantry Division, does not share a lineal connection with the interwar period unit designated the 66th Infantry Regiment. The spotlight now falls on Cold War as we delve deeper into its details. Following the war, Elements of the 66th and other units of the 2nd Armored Division were selected to occupy the American sector of Berlin and serve as the first American troops to enter the fallen German capital. During the Korean War, an offspring of the 66th fought under the designation 6th Tank Battalion. During the war, the 617 battle streamers and the Korean Presidential Unit Citation. These honors were awarded to the 66th Armored Regiment when the 6th Tank Battalion was inactivated after the conflict. Throughout the Cold War, the 4 battalions of the regiment served in the 2nd Armored Division at Fort Hood, Texas, and as part of the 2nd Armored Division forward in the Federal Republic of Germany. With our curiosity piqued, let's embark on a dedicated exploration of Desert Storm and its fascinating intricacies. In 1991, during Operation Desert Storm, the regiment assisted in the liberation of Kuwait and the defeat of the Iraqi army. The 2nd and 3rd Battalions of the regiment, stationed in Germany as part of the 2nd Armored Division forward, deployed and fought under the operational control of the 1st Infantry Division as part of Task Force 141 Infantry. The 4th Battalion, along with the Phantom Brigade of the 3rd Infantry Division, was attached to the 1st Armored Division. The 2nd and 3rd Battalions served in the Battle of 73 Esting and the Battle of Norfolk. The Phantom Brigade became the 1st Armor's lead brigade for VII Corps Left Hook to smash the Iraqi Republican Guard divisions. It served in the largest tank battle in American history at the Battle of Medina Ridge. In the spring of 1995, the 1st Battalion of the 66th was assigned to assist over 5,000 Cuban and Haitian refugees interned at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. In the upcoming section, we'll be shining a light on global war on terror. The 1st and 3rd Battalions deployed to Iraq in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom and Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. 166 Armor deployed to Iraq in 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, and in 2008, 2009. The 3rd deployment to Iraq was the last deployment of 166 while stationed at Fort Hood TX, before relocating to Fort Carson, Colorado, and joining the 4th Infantry Division. 166 Armor subsequently deployed to Afghanistan in 2010-2011 as part of the surge in the volatile Arghandab River Valley west of Kandahar City in RC South. 366 Armor deployed to Iraq in 2003, 2004, and 2008-2010, and to Afghanistan in 2011-2012 to Paktika Province in RC East. For its conduct during its 2nd deployment to Iraq, 366 Armor was awarded the Army Meritorious Unit Commendation on 10 March 2010. Let's now turn our attention to coat of arms and examine its role within the larger context. Shield, tierced in peril reversed gulls, azure, and or, index to chief and escutcheon azure de lies or charged with saltire of the last, overall. A label of 3 points argent crest, or a wreath of the 3 colours a wyvern couchant reguardant to sinister argent, grasping in its dex the chloropine tree inverted and eradicated proper, and charged on its neck with a label of 3 points azure motto, semper in hostis always into the enemy. Symbolism. The coat of arms was originally approved for the 15th Tank Battalion, part of which was in the old 304th Tank Brigade. Therefore, the shield and crest of the 304th Tank Brigade are used with the label added for difference. The shield is of the colors of the Tank Corps shoulder sleeve insignia. The brigade was organized at Langres, France, in 1918, and the arms of Langres are shown on an escutcheon with the saltire changed from red to gold for difference. The wyvern is from the original insignia of the French Tank Corps. The uprooted pine tree commemorates the activities of the brigade in the Argonne forest during the Meuse-Argonne operations. Now, let's shift our perspective and explore World War I from a different angle. Organized in August 1918 in the American Expeditionary Forces in France as headquarters and headquarters companies, 1st and Provisional Brigades, Tank Corps. Redesignate 6 November 1918 as headquarters and headquarters companies, 304th and 305th Brigades, Tank Corps, respectively consolidated and redesignated 22 June 1921 as Headquarters and Headquarters Company. 1st Tank Group reorganized and redesignate 1 September 1929 as Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 1st Tank Regiment. Remainder of the 1st Tank Regiment organized from existing units as follows. 16th Tank Battalion reorganized and redesignate as the 1st Battalion. 1st Tank Regiment 16th Tank Battalion organized in 1918 as Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 327th Battalion, Tank Corps, and Company C, 1st Separate Battalion, Heavy Tank Service, 65th Engineers 15th Tank Battalion reorganized and redesignated as the Battalion. 1st Tank Regiment 15th Tank Battalion organized in 1918 as Headquarters and Headquarters Company and Companies A and C, 1st Battalion, 1st Tank Center and Company A, 1st Separate Battalion. Heavy Tank Service, 65th Engineers 18th Tank Battalion redesignate as the Battalion. 1st Tank Regiment 18th Tank Battalion organized in 1918 as the 329th Battalion, Tank Corps, and Headquarters Company, 328th Battalion, Tank Corps, inactivated 29 July 1920 to 21st Tank Maintenance Company redesignate as the Service Company. 21st Tank Maintenance Company organized in 1918 as the 316th Repair and Salvage Company, Tank Corps Battalion activated 16 September 1931 at Camp Meade, Massachusetts. 1st Tank Regiment converted and redesignated 25 October 1932 as the 66th Infantry Light Tanks Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 66th Infantry inactivated 1 September 1938 at Fort George G. Meade, Maryland. Headquarters Company activated 16 October 1939 at Fort George G. Meade, Maryland. Headquarters activated 10 January 1940. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on World War II and its role in shaping our understanding. Converted and redesignated 15 July 1940 as the 66th Armored Regiment and assigned to the Armored Division Regiment, broken up 25 March 1946 and its elements reorganized and redesignated as elements of the Armored Division as follows. Regimental Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 1st Battalion, and Company D as the 66th Tank Battalion, 2nd Battalion, less Company D and Headquarters Company, Battalion, as Headquarters and Headquarters Company, Companies A and B, and Service Company, 6th Tank Battalion. Remainder of 6th Tank Battalion organized from elements of the 67th Armored Regiment Reconnaissance Company as Troop D, Cavalry Reconnaissance Squadron, Mechanized Service Company as the Service Company, 12th Armored Infantry Battalion Band as the Armored Division Band, hereafter separate Lineage Battalion, less Headquarters Company and Maintenance Company disbanded of the 25 March 1946. The above units underwent changes as follows. 66th Tank Battalion redesignated 5 January 1949 as the 66th Medium Tank Battalion, redesignate 1 April 1953 as the 66th Tank Battalion, inactivated less Company A 1 July 1957 in Germany and relieved from assignment to the Armored Division. 6th Tank Battalion redesignate 31 January 1949 as the 6th Medium Tank Battalion, relieved 14 July 1950 from assignment to the Armored Division, assigned 29 October 1950 to the 24th Infantry Division, redesignate 10 November 1951 as the 6th Tank Battalion, inactivated 5 June 1958 in Korea and relieved from assignment to the 24th Infantry Division, Troop D, Mechanized Cavalry Reconnaissance Squadron, redesignate 17 January 1948 as Company D, Reconnaissance Battalion, inactivated 1 July 1957 in Germany and relieved from assignment to the Armored Division Service Company, 12th Armored Infantry Battalion, redesignate 11 October 1948 as Company D, 12th Armored Infantry Battalion, inactivated 1 July 1957 in Germany and relieved from assignment to the Armored Division Maintenance Company and Companies G, H, and I-66th Armored Regiment, reconstituted 1 July 1957 in the regular Armored Tank Battalion, less companies Celsius and D-66th Tank Battalion, Company D Reconnaissance Battalion, Company D 12th Armored Infantry Battalion, and the Maintenance Company and Companies G, H, I-66th Armored Regiment, consolidated, reorganized, and redesignated 1 July 1957 as the 66th Armor, a parent regiment under the Combat Arms Regimental System. Companies Celsius and D-6th Tank Battalion reorganized and redesignated as elements of the 67th Armor. Thereafter separate lineages withdrawn 1 October 1983 from the Combat Arms Regimental System and reorganized under the United States Army Regimental System. Get ready for a thought-provoking discussion as we delve into decorations and its impact on our understanding. 1. Army Presidential Unit Citation for NORMANDY2. Army Presidential Unit Citation for VREIVR3. Army Presidential Unit Citation for ROERIVR4. Valorous Unit Award for IRAQKUWAIT5. Valorous Unit Award for IIQOIS79 New Baghdad 6. Belgian Forager 1941. Cited in the Order of the Day of the Belgian Army for Action in BELGIUM 1944-2. Cited in the Order of the Day of the Belgian Army for Action in the ARDENNES 7. Army Meritorious Unit Commendation 3rd Battalion awarded 10 March 2010 for Operation Iraqi Freedom 810-8. Army Superior Unit Award Task Force XXI Advanced Warfighting Experiment 1997. In the next portion, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of popular culture and examining its broader implications. The 66th Armor Regiment's role in the Battle of Bloody Gulch is depicted in the 3rd episode of the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers. The tank crew in the 2014 film Fury belonged to the 66th Armored Regiment. I hope you learned something new today. Let me know what you found most interesting in the comments below.